welcome to Titanium and today I will be doing a how can you help yourself, others, in the world this week video. Alright, so for this I'll be using some concepts from Superconscious Education. I will also brought to us by Chris Duncan, as well as a deck I wrote myself, an oracle deck I wrote myself, which I named the Action Oracle, if you guys can see. And with that being said, let us get into the cards and concepts. Okay, so before I get into the reading, I will share with you guys my insight. So at this moment in time, I'm having a little difficulty with my interactions with someone. And I feel like, I've done my best bit. Well, I have to reiterate. So I've been having trouble with this specific person, with how to interact with them. And I have a tendency of overwatching videos about this. So I'll watch a lot of videos to get different perspectives from different readers who have different perspectives on a similar similar thing, or at least to gather some information to prepare myself for things that might happen. And so in some readers see it as you gotta move fast because this person's interested in blah blah blah, and then other people are like, yeah, you have to wait a little. You have to also make them wait. Also, you have to take into consideration the type of person they are, what they will actually like for the long haul. Depending on what you want, you have to tailor the way you go about it to receive what you want from something or someone, right? Now, one school of thought is that you go running after a guy or a person or whatever, person of interest, and they will reciprocate. Now, not everyone is like that. So some, you run after at the beginning, and then they start seeing that you're becoming dependent, and that's when you cut it off. Then you're like, well, listen, you're not giving me much. And because you're not giving me much, I'm pulling my energy back. And when they feel you pulling back, they will come running after you. Like, whoa, what just happened? Where's the energy I'm craving now? I need it. Why are you leaving? And so you keep your energy to yourself until they just wake up one morning and they're like, hey, some important part of my day is no longer with me. What's going on? I need to go and get it back. Okay? So, pick whichever one you want. But you have to keep in mind, that if you want a completely reciprocal relationship that's completely fair, you are going to have to take the latter. And when you notice the person pulling away, you pull your energy away too. And you put it back on taking care of you, and you put you as the center of your attention and not the other person. Because if you keep your attention on the other person will, how should I say it, will start taking it for granted. And you don't want that. Well, at least I didn't want that. So I took my power back and just let them simmer a little bit until they can no longer simmer, because you ain't giving them anything. Well, I hope they learn their lesson, and then they come running to me because they're like, wait, where's that hit that I'm craving? Where is it? I need some attention. I need some me time, right? I need some of my XYZ person. I crave their energy now. That's what you're looking for. Okay? So this is... Okay, so this is more for people who like to have others chase them. Alright? You need to... Also, if you take things too much, if you take the reins too much, then the other person who should be doing the chasing, but you're doing it for them, will feel like they don't have to work enough for you. They had you too easy, and things might go south much more quickly. So it is suggested that you let them come to you, let them show you their worth, let them show you that they are worthy of your time, attention, and consideration. Because, and possibly this person might be seeing this, and if you do, check yourself before you wreck yourself. But I'm not playing games. I'm just letting you know that this is what I tolerate. I am not, I'm an independent person, and I take care of me, right? So are you. But if you consider me to lay flat on the floor and be walked on like a doormat, you got another thing coming. I'm just saying. So that was it for my insight. Now onto the reading. So I will be separating this reading with the 9 orientations. Okay, starting with the perfectionists. All right, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my perfectionists, please come forward and share how they can help themselves this week. And by the way, the perfectionists are the individuals who intuitively know how things should be done in order for them to turn out great. So, how can my perfectionists help themselves? You gotta drink up sunlight, drink up Sunny D, drink up orange juice, drink up milk, drink up something. Drink up the praise that is coming your way. I don't know, just drink up. You can also say bask in. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Drink up. Should I add? I'll add it. Bask in. Alright, so how my perfectionists can help. No, how can my perfectionists help others dress up? Interesting. Drink up, dress up. Okay. Stand up for your rights. Don't give up the fight. Bob Marley. So for my perfectionists, how you can help others is by dressing up. I feel like it's playing the role of being the mentor, showing them the ropes. Yeah. Being the best version of what you are doing to really showcase how to be spectacular at it is what I'm getting. Now, how can my perfectionists help the world? And you got rap. Wrap up a project. Get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fights. Wrap up a project. Wrap up your competition. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Okay. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. So now on to my helpers, the individuals who intuitively know how to assist anyone in any given situation at any time and anywhere. Okay? So, please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my helpers, please come forward and share how they can help themselves this week. And the reason why I laughed is because today I saw my friend who is a helper, right? And he has the same name as my dad. And so I was saying, you really need to meet my dad. He's like, of course. And I'm like, you two are going to be super crazy together. Now, I don't know if he's going to be crazy with you because he is an older Razmig. That's his name. It's my dad's name. And I'm like, and he needs to show, be more in control of, he needs to be the older Aries, right? Well, the older Razmig. And so I'm like, and then there's Viken. Viken is also an Aries. He's actually born a day after my dad. Well, not a day after my dad. He's born a day after and years. A day and years after. Because my dad was born in 1962. But he was born, when he's younger than me. Viken is younger than me. But my dad is born on the 27th and Viken is born on the 28th. So that's what I was talking about, of March. Anyway, so that is, those are little details, right? So, so I was talking to my friend, the helper, about my dad, because he has the same name as him. And then there was Viken, who is an Aries, like my dad, but Razmig, the friend who shares the name with my dad, is not an Aries. Anyway, details, unnecessary details. So, please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my helpers, please come forward and share how can they help themselves this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my helpers, please come forward and share how my helpers can help themselves this week. And you got follow your intuition. Follow your intuition. Don't feel like don't give yourself the impression that you are forced to do anything. You're forced to do nothing. Nothing you do not want to do. Okay? That is how you can help yourself. Follow your intuition. So now, how can my helpers help others? And you got mix up, change things up a bit, is what I'm getting. Don't give up the fight. Now, well, I feel like you're used to doing things one way when it comes to when working with others, and for some reason it no longer is as beneficial or productive to be working that specific way. And so this is just saying mix it up a bit. Bring in some other methodologies. Be more productive with this. So that's how you can help others, my gorgeous helpers. And how can you help the world? Mold. Wait, did I do how can you help the world? Yes, I did. Okay, so how can my helpers help the world? Mold. Fight against mold? Maybe, possibly, I'm not certain. Not fight, but combat against mold, or mold yourself to fit or use a mold of some sort to become the shape you want, or in order to be able to do what you want, you need to shape shift a little, reshape yourself, not necessarily physically, but more like your stance, your headspace, your the way you see things. So basically mature is what I'm getting. Okay, so that was it for my helpers. Now on to my achievers, the individuals who intuitively know how to set goals and go about achieving them one by one. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my achievers, please come forward and share how they can help themselves this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good. And you got, what'd you get? And you got ground. Ground your energies. My achievers, I feel like, because I'm getting fire sign achievers in particular in this, well, fire sign and water signs and air signs achievers, like, well, the only, yes, so earth signs, you're already grounded, so you need any achievers that fall into the categories of fire, water, and air signs, okay? Ground yourself to help yourself more, okay? So that you don't allow your thoughts, your emotions, or your actions to run away with you, okay? I hope that makes sense. If not, ask questions, and it will be my pleasure to answer. Okay, so that was for my achievers. Now, how can my achievers help themselves? That was it. Now, how can my achievers help the world? And you got expand your consciousness, expand your viewpoints, expand your know-how. Basically, get training, you know. Interesting. Now, how we'll get training in that specific niche you want to pursue is what I'm picking up on. Okay. And now, how can my achievers help the world? You got dumbfound and surprise. Dumbfound and surprise. Yeah. Dumbfound and surprised, because that way you'll be able to achieve what it is you want much quicker, because I feel like at the moment people don't really trust or understand what it is you want to put forth, and by actually being able to dumbfound and surprise them, you will get them out of this thinking pattern of you won't be able to really meet their needs because you clearly have no idea what they're going through. But if you dumbfound and surprise them with this specific thing you are working upon, I feel like you will. And that's when they'll be like, oh, maybe they can actually help me. So why don't I go and ask for help? Is what I'm getting. All right. So now on to my individualists, the individuals who intuitively know how things should be done, know what to place in the center of attention, how long to keep it there, for what aim and what purpose, and how to get others to be interested in it as well. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my individualists, please come forward and share Please come forward and share how they can help themselves this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my individualists. Stop it. Talking to my cards. Please come forward and share how can my individualists help themselves this week. Please, God, angels, and guides. And you got flow with the project, flow with your objective, flow with what it is that will help you to achieve the goal that you've set out to achieve. Okay, so that was how my individualists can help themselves. How can my individualists help others? You got confide. I feel like this is a mentor-mentee situation. And if you want to really help your mentor, you have to be honest with your mentor and let your mentor know what your method, your process was, so that they don't feel so alone in their process. Because I feel like they know how the process should work. They don't see how they have not been able to achieve the process at a much faster rate. And I feel like you had a difficulty achieving the process yourself first time around. And I feel like you letting them know about this is going to help them a bunch. Okay. So that was it for my individualists. Now on to my investigators, the individuals who intuitively know what to research, how to research it, where to research it, for how long, and with what aim and what purpose. So please, God, angels, and guides. And you got for my investigators, the way you can help yourself is by co-create with and collaborate. So if you are currently working on a project that is giving you some grief, some difficulty, what is being suggested is that you find a team you'd like to partner up with and work with them to achieve a common goal. I hope that makes sense. So this was collaborate and co-create with, was how can the individualists help the world collaborate and co-create with, right? Or recode in order to be able to collaborate and co-create with. Basically, what the recode is to rearrange your brain circuitry or rearrange some chakra flow in your body in order to allow things to move much quicker and more into flow more easily inside your body. Okay, so that was it for my individualists. Now, please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my investigators, please come forward and share how they can help themselves. And the follower you got is manifestation. What are your thoughts and beliefs about this subject? Think about how it makes you feel. How does it make you feel? If you really want to help yourself, my investigators, remember, what is that you're doing that isn't really serving you? Okay? Or what is it that you need to change within yourself in order to be able to manifest what it is you want? Okay, my investigators. So that was it for you. That was how my investigators can help themselves this week. So now, how can my investigators help others? Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my investigators, please come forward and share how they can help others this week. And you got to be appreciative. My investigators, be appreciative of what you have, of what you can work on, of what needs working upon. Be appreciative for everything that happens, even if it seems at first to be negative, be appreciative for it. Okay? Yes, be appreciative for it. Yep. Be appreciative for it, because I feel like you are going to set the example for others, my gorgeous investigators. By being appreciative, you're teaching others that they can better their situation. All right? So now, how can my investigators help the world? And you got envision the future you want to create, my investigators, in order to realize it much faster, or at least to figure out what the process to realizing it is going to be. Okay? So now, on to my loyalists. All right, the individuals who intuitively know what to stay loyal to, how long to stay loyal to it, with what aim, what purpose, and how to get others to be loyal to it as well. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my loyalists, please come forward and share how they can help themselves this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my loyalists, please come forward and share how they can help themselves this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good. And you got how you can help yourself is by know that life is good to you. Know that life is good to you. Okay, and what that means is that even if things seem negative right now, just know that life is good to you, and at the end of the day, whatever just happened is for your utmost benefit. It might not seem like it right now, but it will definitely become clear later on. All right? So that is what I have for how my loyalists can help themselves. Now, how can my loyalists help others? You got put you first. Focus on you. I see. I get that. What I understand from this is that what I'm getting in my mind is, well, my coach was supposed to call me at a specific time the other day, and he called me an hour later, and I was trying to keep my cool and, you know, my composure, but I was a bit annoyed. And it showed. But at the end of the day, I remember that he is but my coach. So it is to me to show him that, you know, I understand he had probably a phone call that lasted a bit too long, and he only found time to call me then because his conversation went over a little too long, an hour too long. But anyway, so instead of losing it, I said, I'm going to keep my cool. But while we were having this conversation, now I did not use the negative terms with him, but I was annoyed at something else, which clearly got me swearing. And I was like, listen, I'm sorry. This is out of character for me. I don't swear that much, but I was really ticked off at the moment. So I didn't really specify why I was ticked off, but I should specify that I was ticked off because he made me wait for an hour for him to call me. I mean, he called me right on time before I had to go on take my transportation, but it was still like really close, and it really got me a little frustrated. So, like, put your boundaries. Let others know that was not cool. Okay? That was definitely not cool. So that was it for that was how my loyalists can help others. Now, how can my loyalists help the world? Complete a cycle and start something new. My loyalists, it is suggested that you stay loyal to a project that you are currently working upon. Okay? And to see it through in order to start something new, to then complete that, and so on and so forth. Because I feel like your loyalty to a project is quite palpable, and people get their enthusiasm through that. Or at least they get a drive that they don't get from other leaders, is what I'm getting. Okay, so that was it for my loyalists. Now on to my enthusiasts, the individuals who intuitively know what to be enthusiastic about, how long to be enthusiastic about it, how to get others enthusiastic about it as well, and for what aim and what purpose. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my enthusiasts, please come forward and share how my enthusiasts can help themselves. And you got recraft, repurpose, rebrand. My enthusiasts, I feel like there's something in your reality that you need to reframe within your mind space in order for you to really get a handle on it, is what I'm getting. Now, how can my enthusiasts help others? Take their perspective into consideration for the project that you all are working on to really be done at the best of your abilities. Okay, and so now how can my enthusiasts help the world? I got eat out at a specific restaurant that is more that is eco-friendly, that is, sustainable. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit expensive, but it will have a closer, it will be it's greenhouse gas, not the green, but considering everything that was needed to make that meal, everything combined will be much more eco-friendly, is what I'm getting. I have no idea what I just said. I hope it makes sense. Okay, so that was it for my enthusiasts. All right. Okay, so now on to my protectors. All right. My protectors are the individuals who intuitively know how to keep things safe, for how long, from whom, and for what aim and what purpose. All right. And I've already done these past two readings, these last two orientations. I feel like, but the video didn't take, so I'm going to have to do it again. And this is like the third time I'm filming this. So for my protectors, the first card out was Wink and bottom card. And the second card is Confess. So what I'm getting is that you're making an inside joke to someone, and you're saying something, and then you're winking, and then you are like explaining why you winked, or at least so either this is someone that doesn't really understand. This is like a new friend, is what I'm picking up on, that you're specifying why you're winking, is also what I'm picking up on. And yes, so that is what I have for my protectors, how my protectors can help themselves. Now, how can my protectors help others? It's have someone's back. It's have someone's back because I feel like this was, yet again, was this related to mentorship? have someone's back because they are wanting to accomplish something, but they don't know how to. So they're coming to you for advice. And yeah, so it is mentorship. And so you're actually showing them how to do it in order for, it to work out the best way they envisioned it, is what I'm getting. Now, how can my protectors help the world? Adjust your method, because up to this point, what you've been doing, trying to help the world, has not worked, has not been efficient. So this is just saying, change it a little bit. Don't change the whole thing, just tweak it a bit. Okay? This is what I'm getting. So that was it for my protectors. Now on to my chameleons, the individuals who intuitively know what intuitive style to use in any given situation in order to get the best out of that situation. Now, the first card, as in how can my chameleons help themselves this week? And the card was move forward. Now, what am I gonna say with that? So, my chameleons, the way you can help yourself is by moving forward in any project. And if at this point you don't necessarily want to because you don't know all the steps, it's perfectly fine. It is just an indication that you'll figure the steps while going through it, is what I'm getting, right? So it'll make sense later on. It'll all fall into place, is what I'm getting. Now, how can my chameleons help others? You got perceive. And I wrote mentorship next to it because when I pulled this card, before I read it, what I picked up with my intuition was mentorship. And so what I related to mentorship, when I see perceive, what I get from that card, what I get from that word, and in relation to mentorship, is that you as a mentor, and especially you, my chameleons, being the ones who intuitively know what intuitive style to use in any given situation. In any given situation with a mentee, you will basically know what they need most and what the situation calls for, because you know how to tailor your responses and what you give depending on what the situation calls for. That is your superpower, and that is what you are going to be utilizing while being a mentor. Okay? And when you do utilize this as a mentor, you'll be able to give your mentees the best possible work at all. So you first need to perceive what their needs are so you can mentor them best. Yes. I hope that makes sense. Not ask questions, and it will be my pleasure to answer. Now, how can you help the world? You got excuse. Now, what I'm getting from excuse is that my chameleons, what did I get? I can't remember what I got, but in regards to how we can help the world, excuse, my chameleons need to excuse the world in regards to excuse well, see, I also got mentor, so not in the initial reading, but in this time around, I read mentorship in regards to how you can help the world. And if we continue along that same vein, my chameleons, if you are a good mentor, you are then able to excuse the shortcomings of your mentees. And the way that I perceive that is that I perceive everyone as my mentee to some extent. When I have something to say, instead of forcing it down their throat, I just see them as, or just trying to control myself. I see myself as their mentor, and so I need to rein my annoyance back in and be able to be like, okay, I am above this. I am here to help them in a certain way, which might not be how they perceive it, but it is the best way I can find to best deal with the situation without exploding or getting out of control of getting outside of my control. Okay, my gorgeous chameleons. So this is what I have for you guys this week for this video series. If you like this and if you like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email box below and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description on this video and the email you can send donations to on PayPal if you feel so called. And with that being said, my gorgeous triple tears, I wish you guys all a very good week and I'll see you next Sunday, okay? Bye.